Warning, the following audio transmission will forever change your outlook on society. You will no longer believe the narrative. You are about to wake up and see things for what they really are. News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms. The email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Everywhere on social media at Jester Dooms. The website, www.jestersvoice.com. Go there, get yourself an Apocalyptic Apparel t-shirt, and use that button at the top of the screen to send us an audio message. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Today is March 18th, 2026. It's hump day. You made it halfway through the week. And is it just me, or is it getting harder? Is it getting harder to make it through the week? I don't know if it's an age thing or a stress thing, but I swear it's getting worse. And we're going to talk about some of that on today's show. Right. So if you kept up with the few shows we put out, you would have heard that I had a friend in town on the homestead. He left yesterday and got on a plane and flew back to his prospective location. Or is it respected location? Respected. I don't know. He's gone. He flew away. All right. Like a fucking bird into the sky. He's gone. And it's one of those situations for me where I'm like, man, it sucks seeing you go, but it's like, man, I really want to get back to my daily routine, but man, I don't want to see you go because we're being so productive, getting all these things done. But it's like, I really want to just get a good night's sleep and just do me for a while, get some downtime, but then it's like, man, all the shit we could be getting done. So it's a very push-pull type thing. Like, want him to stay at the same time I know he wants to go. And it's like, I kind of want some me time. So I don't know. But anyway, he's already got a date planned to return in about 2 months. So we'll be right back at it. In the meantime, I'm trying to use this time that he's gone in a very productive manner in order to get things further accomplished with the projects we're working on. That way, when he comes up again, maybe it'll just be easier, not, ass busting, killing ourselves work. Cause that's what it has been. It's been a lot of like hard, heavy labor and lifting and bending and cutting and pushing and pulling. There's been a lot. We filled buckets of gravel and carried buckets of gravel till our arms were ready to fall off this last go around. I moved ladders, up and down ladders repeatedly. There was a lot. Okay. So, and we accomplished a lot. But my whole thing is, I guess when he does this return trip, I want it to be a little bit more of like an easy street kind of thing. Like, yeah, we're going to put in long days, but it's going to be easy work on long days. And have everything a little bit better pre-planned to where we don't have to consistently run and get things and run and get. That's more or less what I'm thinking. And maybe we'll accomplish a lot in that sense. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy the banter that we did together in the episodes that we recorded together. I know it's outside of the norm, and I'm just not quite ready to get back into the news yet. And I know the show varies. It goes back and forth between covering what's in the media and then just what's going on in my daily life and my random thoughts and opinions. All right. And again, this show is in some weird, odd way, it's like my daily therapy session. I guess some people keep a journal. I keep a fucking podcast. Go figure. Man. I'll tell you though, I'm absolutely grateful that I do have somebody out there in the world that's willing to get on a plane and fly up to help my goofy ass do goofy shit around the homestead for 2 weeks. That's not something that everybody gets all the time. That's not something that nobody has friends like that. That's something that's very hard to find. I've got friends scattered all over the country, and good friends, not, shitty ones. I got good friends scattered all over the place. It's a pain in the nads trying to get them to even come for a visit. I got one friend where I grew up at. We've known each other since, I was like in kindergarten. I think he was in like the second grade or some shit. Anyway, great friends growing up, know each other for years. I was the best man in his wedding. And maybe he was the best man in my wedding. No, he wasn't. Anyway, so long and the short of it is I've known him for many, many years. And I've been trying to get him to leave our home state and come visit me in another state for 15, 16 years. And he won't do it. Like, he won't. And I eventually gave up. And every year he tells me, I'm going to come visit this year. And I'm just like, no, you're not, dude. Stop. No, you're not. Like, I know you're not coming. I know it's not happening. But I also know life gets in the way. Like, I've been supposed to, Producer Scooter's give me the evil eye from the corner over there. I've been supposed to go see Producer Scooter for a while too. So I get it. Life gets in the way. But to have a friend that you haven't known since you were a little kid that is willing to just drop everything that they're doing and come visit, I mean, that's absolutely fantastic, right? I mean, it just is. I don't know. I don't know really how to express the gratefulness or the thankfulness in that statement. It's awesome to have somebody that's willing to do that for you. And I hope that one day I will also get to return the favor when he needs help. Hopefully I'll have the time and I'll be able to go help him. With that being said, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Producer Scooter here. First off, thank you for downloading and participating in the wide world of Jester Doom. Please be sure to check out jestersvoice.com website. Everything you want to know is located on jestersvoice.com. If you're looking for salacious details, it's on jestersvoice.com. Don't forget to share the show with your friends and even with all your enemies. And now, back to the musings of Jester Doom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I'm your host, Jester Dooms, the email doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Everyone on social media at Jester Dooms, the website, jestersvoice.com. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to the show. And give me that 1 week IRL, that 1 week in real life interaction where you tell a friend, family member, or coworker about the Doom Daily Show. Don't forget to share this on your Facebook page, share this on your social media so other people catch wind of the show, because that's how we grow. You have to share it out. They will never let this show become mainstream on its own merit. It has to be shared. Anyway, I'm good for pissing people off. I am. And there's a part of me that gets a big kick out of it. So yesterday, I decided to post something about the homeless community in my town on a public forum and watched the comment section explode from a picture and a statement. Now, granted, this is like in real life. This is not like my social media stuff. This is totally separate and severed, you know. And it's like, I don't see this kind of traction usually with like internet videos, you know. But let me preface this for a second. I'm driving down the road past an area I always drive down. I gotta go this way to leave my house and go into town. So I go down this road every time I'm leaving the house or coming home. I go down this fucking road. Okay. I come to a stop sign where there's an intersection every fucking day. Okay. And I've seen things before at this intersection. There was this younger, I don't know how old she was, but there was a younger redhead girl that was clearly addicted to substances that we would see out there on this corner from time to time. And she was affectionately named Woods Bitch because we'd catch her dancing around in the woods all fucked up. Woodsy in front of the kids. So old Woodsy, I come home one day and driving home, and she's looks dead on the side of the road in this area that I'm talking about. So I pull over, I check on her. She's good. She's fine. She's just high as a fucking kite, laying on the ground like she's dead. Sure. So this area I have seen transient people in, you know, like I've seen them. We see the walkers. We see the people just kind of hanging out there. We see the people with their fancy garbage can trailers they made for their bikes. Like, so you do see things. Okay. I left the house early in the morning. I came back, and in the time I came back yesterday, these bums had built a shelter. There was two individual ones, like a blue tarp shelter and a yellow orange tarp shelter thing. And I said, how the fuck did they do this in such a short period of time? And it's like, well, I'm going to post this on our town's public forum to hopefully get some people fired up. So maybe, it pushes the right buttons for the right people and, somebody gets something done because, I mean, the legislation has changed a lot as far as what the homeless are allowed to get away with in public camping and things like that. Like the legislation has changed and there's a lot law enforcement can do. However, in certain areas via private property, they really can't do shit, right? And what's funny is, and it's like, it's a system that's designed to perpetuate this bullshit. So if I want to build a house, I have to get a permit for a septic tank. But if I'm a bum and want to live in a tent, I can just shit in a hole or shit on the ground. That's okay. There's no permit required for that. There's no oversight. There's nothing. So if you decide, I'm going to have a bum camp on my property and I'm going to let these guys stay here, law enforcement can't do shit about it. The health department really can't do shit about it. There's nothing. There's really nothing anybody can do unless you ruffle feathers with the right people and draw enough attention to the situation. And that's what I was attempting to do. Because short, sweet, to the point, I want the streets of my town to be clean and safe for my children. I don't want to take my kids to a public park and have them step on a needle and now my kids have hepatitis, HIV, something, because they just wanted to go play and I was trying to be a good dad and take them to play and now they're stuck with this lifelong disease. I don't want one of these people to have a bad trip one day and jump out in front of the car and me hit them and now my kids live with this traumatizing experience of the time daddy ran somebody over with the car. Okay, I don't want these things. I don't want one of these people showing up in my wife's establishment one day and trying to hurt her because they think she's a succubus demon with 7 heads because they're having a bad trip. All right. And the homeless population in our area is getting increasingly worse. Now, the area that I live in does not have a very huge population. It's a very rural community. So the fact that we're seeing these homeless numbers increase is very scary. To the point of I watch my children like a hawk everywhere I go. I mean, I do that anyway because I'm a dad, but it's like it's doubled down now because you don't know who's on what. You don't know what's going on. It's everywhere you go. You see these druggy people that are on the streets. And I think that's the problem is, and I think the big problem is it is the drugs. It's not just, these aren't just homeless people that are down on their luck and, they lost their job and they, this happened or that happened, or they got hurt and disability didn't kick in. Like, no. It's drugs. A lot of it's drugs. And drugs come with crime. Drugs come with a lot of fucking horrible things. Okay. That's just the way it is. Now, when I posted this, the amount of negative comments I got and feedback toward me directed at me was just absolutely horrible. Things like, you nasty fucker, you heartless prick. I want to know where you go to church so I could talk to your priest. Things like this. And my mind is blown by this. And then you know what had happened, which was fucking funny? Right around the time that the working man was getting off work and actually getting on to scroll the internet, they started chiming in. Oh, we have to stop this before it gets worse. Clearly, these people have never been harassed by a crackhead. If they want to help these people so bad, tell them put their address in the comment section and take them to their house. Like, people actually started going to bat for me when the blue collar guy got off work. All right. But it's very interesting because we essentially have helped the homeless a good bit over the years of being in this area. So I probably do a run of food down to the local pantry place. We have a couple different ones in the area, but I'll do a run to one of them once to twice a year. And when I say I do a run, it's a trunk load full of fucking food. And it's all non-perishable food. It's canned goods. It's things like spaghetti sauce, pasta noodles, like things that you can take those goods and make a meal out of, right? Every once in a while, I might, like, depending on what I have to give, to give into there, I might throw in like some Jolly Ranchers or some other random things, right? But, I load it up. Sometimes it's cans of nacho cheese. It's whatever, that. And then because we also have a restaurant in town, it's like, well, my wife's really good for, being really generous and nice with these people until they cross a line. Like, sure, she'll give them a free coffee. If they bring food, she'll cook it for them. If, they're short on dishwashers that day, it'll be like, well, if you wash some dishes, we'll hook you up with a cheeseburger, things like that. Now, what's really funny is the people that want to bitch that somebody's complaining about the problem are the same people that scoff at the problem. So years ago, we had 2 homeless in the area, a man and a woman. And the woman was crossing the street in the middle of the night and got hit by a car and was killed in front of our establishment. The gentleman came into the restaurant and said he was trying to ask my wife if he could put a cross out front of the restaurant for his wife. And he couldn't console himself. Like, he couldn't speak. He was so upset. So she said, my wife said, sit down. Let me get you a coffee. Just calm down. Talk to me. What's going on? And the other people in the restaurant scoffed and gave this look like, why is she giving this bum a free coffee? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Same people that are bitching that I made a shitty comment. Okay. Now, here's the reality of this. We're out to dinner. This is probably 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. We're sitting down. It's a familiar restaurant we usually go to. I've got my kids with me, my wife, This bum comes in and sits down reeking like cigarettes, like to the point where I didn't want to eat. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. It was really, really bad. I used to smoke, and since I quit, it's like cigarette smoke never bothered me before. But once I quit, I find it to be disgusting. The smell cuts me to the core. I cannot fucking stand it. I can't be around, I don't even want to be around smokers. It's that bad, right? If I'm outdoors and somebody's like smoking a cigarette off in the distance and I catch a whiff of it, it's not bad. But if you're like an in-the-house smoker and you jump in the car with me, dude, fuck no, get out. That smell permeates the air so badly, I cannot stand it. So he comes in smelling like cigarettes, and it was everything I could do to just want to finish my meal. Like, I couldn't get past this smell. It was like punching me in the nostrils. And then he proceeds to just go on and on trying to talk to us about our kids, about our marriage. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. And started going on. And you could tell this guy he was probably a little mentally gone before the drugs and the liquor and the things. Like, he was probably already a little gone. But when he got into talking about the conversation he was talking about, it's like, it's one thing to push religion, and it's another thing to be a Looney Tune. Like, if a guy came up to me and we were at dinner and he said, hey man, listen, you have a beautiful family. I'd like to sit down and say a prayer with you guys. Would that be okay? Sure. Why not? Every little bit counts. But this guy starts going off about how he talks to God, and they like hang out and have conversations and all of these things. Right. And we can't understand what the guy is saying. We can't understand, like, it's like every third word, like he God and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, dude, you're fucking cooked. Now, the owner of the establishment doesn't kick him out, doesn't tell him he's got to go. They bring him a plate of food. They said, don't worry about paying. Bring him a plate of food. I am terrified to go back to that establishment to have another encounter like that. And for those of you that out there say, well, at least they hook the guy up with a plate of food, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I get that. That's fine. What do you do when you have 5 in there that are doing that? When you have 10 in there that are doing that? When the whole community of the homeless population is coming in there and doing that, and you only have unpaying customers, and your entire restaurant is covered in shit and is destroyed. So earlier I mentioned that, I came from an area that was more populated, and how this area is less populated, and we have a much bigger homeless problem here. And a lot of it due to the drugs. The area that I came from had a population that was about double the size of this one. And there was 3 known bums in town. Just 3. And we knew who they were. And the one I would talk to, I gave him a hat. I gave him a t-shirt. So like, here, dude, here's $5, a t-shirt and a hat. As you're dancing out here on the corner panhandling, advertise for my business for me. Does that sound like a deal? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. And he would flat out tell you, he's like, dude, look. He's like, I'm not homeless. It's like, I live in a trailer right over there, but I've got cancer. I'm dying. I just want beer money. That's all I want. Like, I'm out here to get beer money, dude. Like, I'm dead. I'm as good as dead. Like, I'm not going to beat this cancer, but I just want to enjoy myself. Fair enough, dude. Here's $5. Have one for me. And the other couple that was in the town, like, they were not problematic or bothersome. And then you had your occasional ones that would pass through the area and they were like a fart in the wind. They were there, then they were gone. Okay. And were very non-destructive. These fucking druggo bums that are in my fucking town, they are destructive, disrespectful. I mean, like, they would come to our business and get into the smoker's pole we had outside, you know, the pole that you put your cigarette in before you enter an establishment. And they would come in there, or they would go to that pole when we were closed. And instead of like just like taking the top off and, you know, maybe picking through it, no, they'd rip the top off, leave it on the ground, tip the thing over, dump it over with all the butts in the sand and everything. Like, that's what they would do, and just leave it like that. And it's like, dude, like, if you're going to come over here and steal cigarette butts, like, whatever, nobody really gives a shit, but now you're leaving a fucking mess behind. And that's what they do. They go places and they trash them. And I've heard people say, like, I've never seen bums that do this kind of shit. Like, most of them want to fly under the fucking radar. So if they're in and out somewhere, they're not leaving a big trail behind. Not these ones. They are destructive as hell. It's very bad. And it's getting worse. Like, the destruction we've been seeing has been getting worse. And like, and the problem is, and this is like the big issue, law enforcement doesn't want to do dick when it comes to anything outside of the general public eye. So the general public does not see it as a fucking big problem. Like, if you live in an area where you're going down the main roads, you're going to Walmart, and then you're going home, and that's it, you're not seeing this because the law enforcement is doing a damn good job of keeping it buried on the back road. Like, a damn good job. It's really fucking bad. Okay? It is just, it's bad. And I really wasn't, you know, picking up on that until recently, that like, man, you know, you don't see him hanging out at fucking Walmart or the gas station, or you don't see him hanging out on like Main Street. You don't see him hanging out near like well-established businesses. It's like, it's the fucking back roads and shit. It's the side streets. You know, it's the crappy little gas stations like that. So why is that? They can make way more money panhandling at Walmart. You know, they can make way more money being on the stoplight by the gas station. Why the fuck aren't they doing that? And then it hit me. These bums here are also not panhandling. You don't see them with signs and shit. It's absolutely insane. And it begs the question, they're all on drugs. Most of them. They might do an odd job here or there to get some money for their drugs, but how the fuck are they getting their drugs? How the fuck are they feeding themselves with absolutely zero money? How is that working? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So I have to wonder if our county isn't getting some sort of a weird kickback in some fashion for them coming in town. And then what are they doing to keep them here? And what are they doing for them to not be panhandling? Are you providing them with food so they don't need to panhandle? Do they have easy access to their illegal drugs that they're on? And that's why they're not out there begging for money? Like, what the fuck is happening? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. I think that eventually this is going to come to a head in my town. A little kid is going to go missing. An old lady is going to become a victim in a B&E. Someone is going to get murdered trying to defend their family from one of these crackheads. Something is going to happen. And this town is going to pick up their torches and pitchforks, and they're going to run the county leadership out of town. That's what I foresee happening. Because you can't let a problem like this continue to escalate. And if you do, it's going to end very fucking badly. Mainly for the citizens. And it doesn't make any logical sense at all why our local government is allowing this to continue. When they have means and methods to stop this shit in its tracks before it escalates further. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for listening to the Doom Daily Show. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Go to jestersvoice.com, buy a t-shirt. Okay, that helps support the show. All right. And we'll be back here for another exciting episode of the Doom Daily Show tomorrow. Producer Scooter, if you would, sir, hit that button.
News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.